A reminder to feel free to chat in any questions you have about the subject matter today or about any other questions you might have. We'll have some time at the end of this town hall. With me today is Jocelyn Lavoie, who, as you guys all know, heads up our Business Development Center. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jocelyn was concerned that I wasn't going to embarrass her this morning, so hopefully I'll do my best.
Well, it's more important that I don't embarrass you.
So let's do our top teammates first. To kind of break with tradition, we're going to start with our Great East partners and then move through our teams and individual agents as opposed to starting with the individual agents. So Great East Mortgage, Greg Curry, for the month of October had 11 closings. So congratulations, Greg. And Catherine Kessler and Samantha Braun up in Bangor for Great East Title had 35 closings. And from Great East Insurance, Sandy Elaine had 19 new policy written. So congratulations to our Great East partners. In Maine, the Gina team was our #1 team in Maine. And for the New Hampshire and Vermont region, the Cameron Home team was #1. And for individual agents, for New Hampshire and Vermont, Luann Burt from the Exeter office was our #1 agent. And I think that's the first time for Luann being #1. So congratulations. And Anu from Nashua was #2. And Rick Wagner from Concord was #3. So Rick, those rumors of you slowing down are clearly exaggerated. So congratulations to Luann, Anu, and Rick. And then for Maine, Cindy Donnell from the York office was #1. And Karen Ramsey from Augusta was #2. And I think for both Cindy and Karen, that's the first time that you guys have been in the top 3. And then our third agent for the state of Maine was Les Priest out of Augusta. So congratulations to everybody. Job well done. Let's talk a little bit about market conditions for a minute. Really, it's funny, as I've been having our breakfast meetings and just talking with individual, agents when I'm in the offices and all that, certainly at a leadership level with the managers. We're really living through a very interesting time. I think we're really living through a formation of the new normal. And we're in this environment now where we've got, relatively full employment. We've got really perpetually low inventory now. It's really not going to change anytime soon with employment, lack of new home building, things like that. And what's even more interesting, so when you take a look at average sales prices are kind of inching up, let's just call it in the 5% range. If we were to take Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont collectively, roughly on average. And so we've got low inventory. We've got the capacity to pay more for homes because people are generally better employed. And all of that would typically indicate that we would be seeing home affordability dropping. So in other words, sales prices are going up. That would typically drop home affordability. And the home affordability index continues to improve every month. So just in the last couple of months, home affordability has improved by almost 15% because of interest rates dropping. And so when you look at the home affordability index, the base is 100, which means that the median income in a particular market, or in this case, New England, right? The median income can support a home. Then the median income can support, median sales price home. Then and then as it goes up, so the affordability index right now is 1.4 times, which means that the median income can support a sales price, 0.4% greater, 40% greater than the median sales price. And that's because rates have gone down. So this is really a unique time. I think what you get out of that is the fact that there's really a lot of stability. It doesn't feel that way when you've got buyers that they can't find something. So I get that. But in economic terms, I think the roller coaster rides that we've been used to for those of us who've been in the industry for a while, those, at least for the time being, have been taken off the table. And, rates, I think, Mark McCauley from Great East Mortgage from CMG, our mortgage partner, had kind of predicted that, rates will be down, in that 3-ish% range, by the end of the year. And they're certainly tracking for that. The various states that we're in, New Hampshire and Maine, are tracking very closely together. Closed units year to date are about even, and volume is up about 4 or 5% between the two states. Vermont's a little bit of an outlier. Their median sales price is up about 8%, and the units are up about 13%. So I'm not exactly sure what the difference there is. It could be in the ski areas. For us, we are at about $1.5 billion closed sales, a little bit ahead of last year, and our unit count is about the same. So, we're tracking well compared to the states that we're operating in. So, and anyway, yeah. So as we're going through this period of time, it's worth, when you see these articles come in, from either Inman or NHAR or NAR or Vermont Association or NAR about the economic impact and what's going on. Spend some time to read them, because it will help you with your imputed understanding of what's going on around you, because these are definitely new times. And one of the things I thought was so fascinating is, a few months ago when the Fed raised rates, right? They raised rates and then they came right back down again, because they raised rates in advance of, for a hedge on inflation, but there really isn't any real substantive inflation. So, we're fortunate to have this kind of stable environment, and also kind of be living through these new times. So, for those of us who've been doing this for a while, this is certainly an unusual environment. So Jocelyn, tell us what is new in the world of relocation and business development.
Well, in real estate, especially lately in the last 2 years, things have changed so much. There have been so many changes, and we've just had to pivot so many times in terms of an industry. But what's happened in the world of relocation, and in particular the Realogy/Cartus world, has been, significant. The good news is, we're in a great position to take advantage of some of the benefits of these changes, and there are some great benefits of these changes. But basically, Realogy Corporation, as you know, which owns Cartus Relocation and the Cartus Broker Network. So Cartus is divided into 3 segments: corporate relocation, affinity, which is what was USAA, Navy Federal Credit Union, and many affinity programs that Cartus has in place to deliver their affinity clients and their home buying and selling referrals to the network. And then there's the Cartus Broker Network, which is a network of the best of the Realogy brokers in the whole United States. So there would be the NRT, which is, of course, the Realogy-owned real estate company, as well as all of the Realogy franchise companies. Only select Realogy franchise companies have the privilege of being part of the Cartus Broker Network. You have to meet, some pretty rigorous criteria. So anyway, so they had corporate, affinity, and the broker-to-broker network, of course. Now, the strength of the Cartus broker-to-broker network is one of the reasons why Cartus has been such a successful company, both in terms of corporate relocation and in attracting incredible affinity clients. So what has happened is, and there's been a lot of talk out there on the street, oh my gosh, Cartus sold, Cartus doesn't have the USAA account. Who's it going to go to now? USAA has discontinued their Real Estate Rewards Network program. It no longer exists. It's not going to any other broker or broker network. And, the reasons for that, are USAA's reasons. And, the good news is that Cartus has a huge ability to pivot. And they had a lot of other very beneficial and, great programs in the works already anyway. But with the departure of USAA, that USAA business, which, by the way, is going to play out until all of the USAA referrals are closed. So For everyone who has already a USAA referral, whether it's an active, pending, on hold, or whatever, that's still going to close out with the USAA benefit for the members. So, that's very important to be aware of that. There just will be no new USAA referrals. At the same time that this occurred, Cardis was had in development, but then really speeded up the development of the Realogy Military Rewards Program. So I think you probably have heard about it, and now it's branded for each of the Realogy brands. So we have the Better Homes and Gardens Military Rewards Program, which is out in full force. And now, right now, they're in stage 3, and that is the broader marketing of the Realogy Military Rewards Program. The good news about this program also is that it's available to anyone in the military and their families. There's no lender associated with it, so all of these people who come to us through this program, and those, by the way, who you put into the program because you might offer it to them, can use a lender of their choice. They've just started phase 3, social media, paid Facebook, Google, leveraging keywords, and they're also have established pages on Facebook and Twitter. Not everybody, is on Facebook. Not everybody loves Facebook, but it's in other social media. But they're extremely powerful in delivering marketing messages out there. So when you see the military rewards postings on Facebook, share them. Position yourself as an agent who is with a company that can offer these benefits to members of the military. So there's that. Also in the affinity, which we've talked about before, is the turnkey program with Amazon. Right now, that's being tested in 15 specific markets, none of them in the Northeast, and it appears that it's going very well, and we'll have more on that later once they have, everything worked out with that. But another very exciting announcement from Cardis is their affiliation and their development of an affinity program and an agreement, a contractual agreement with AARP to provide a real estate benefit to AARP members. Now, AARP is like 3 times the size of USAA, and they have projected that the number of closings by AARP members is twice as many as USAA. So the potential there is huge. So that's going to be launched in January. So we're looking forward to those opportunities as well. So I'm just excited about being part of a group that, has the ability to pivot, that, finds offerings where, the consumer is. So, and that's really great. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and certainly with that AARP membership, the richness of the baby boomers with listing inventory.
Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, that is so powerful. And one of the things I think is so interesting is how, like, you take the relocation networks as they exist, right? And to your comment about being able to pivot, almost taking like a legacy network infrastructure and then flipping it into a more contemporaneous environment that helps us. It's really brilliant.
Yeah, and that's one of Cardis's strengths, and I'm sure that's part of the reason why they were able to get this AARP account, which they've been working on for about 10 years. Is the strength of the Cardis broker network, and that's so important. And I'll talk about that in a second, but so that's very exciting, that whole AARP thing. I'm really looking forward to the rollout on that. The other thing that I wanted to mention this morning is the sale of Cardis's corporate business line to Server Relocation. This is not taking effect until June of 2020. It's going to be business as usual until then. But we are really fortunate because there are Cardis network brokers out there who are worried about the fact, the potential loss of that Cardis corporate business, because it's a lot of corporate business. Cardis has been the world's largest relocation management company for a long time. Their reasons for getting out of the corporate business are, incidental to what we need to know.
Well, right, and just if you think about where they're, the trajectory of where they want to go, if they can divest themselves of that corporate business and then focus on things like AARP and
Yeah.
Amazon, things like
Affinity
that. That's
business,
that
yeah.
affinity business. That's a huge benefit not only to them but to us.
Right. Right. So the other thing is that, so not every, Cardis Network broker is a server principal broker, but we are. We have been a primary broker for server relocation for many years. And in fact, we have an A+ rating with Serva, which means that our Serva agents, our agents who have been handling Serva corporate business, have been performing at 100% of service standards. So I'm enthusiastic, I'm optimistic. All those Cardis corporate clients are going to move over to Serva eventually. And so it's going to be business as usual for us pretty much with our corporate team.
Yeah,
so
great.
I'm looking forward to that, and it probably will grow.
Yeah, as they start to weed through who the top performing brokers are, of which all of us, right, are one of the top performing brokerages in that arena.
Right. In the Serva network.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and the Cardis network.
Exactly.
Right? So we exit as that business transitions over from Cardis to Serva. All of our collective reputation goes with it.
Right. We're just very fortunate to have such a strong team of agents in this company.
Excellent.
So I'm really proud of the group of agents that we have here. So, so the last thing I just wanted to mention about Cardis is the strength of the broker-to-broker network, which is the reason why we're able to, participate in all of this, in all of these opportunities. So one thing that's important in the Cardis broker-to-broker network is that those of us who are participating share, our referrals with each other to keep this network strong. So I would encourage you, as you are, looking at opportunities to, earn additional income, to provide additional services to people that who have real estate needs. Don't forget that you have the ability to help someone anywhere in the country with their real estate needs, and we would love to put them in the hands of a Cardis network broker for you anywhere. So keep that in mind. The average commission to our agents on an outgoing referral so far this year is about $1,300. So it's nothing to sneeze at, and it's great money, and you earn it by helping someone. So I would encourage you to do that. We have contests going on right now for every referral that's placed till the end of the year. We're going to have a drawing for a $100 gift certificate for the restaurant of your choice, so you can have a nice dinner in the holidays. And so the one more thing that I just wanted to mention, unless you have any other questions about that, is that year over year through the end of October, income to agents on referral business, on incoming referral business, is up 38% over last year.
That's amazing.
To $2.3 million. So $2.3 million in the hands of our agents through the end of October. Our agents who are doing an outstanding job in handling referral business from all kinds of sources. It's not just corporate relocation, it's not just Cardis, but all kinds of other relocation management companies that we work with, but also that those OpCity opportunities have grown so much, and our OpCity closings really have improved, increased a lot. So we look forward to continuing to do everything we can to develop more business and to deliver it to the great team of agents that we have here at the Marcella Group.
Yeah, well, you and your team have done a great job going out and securing these accounts and really kind of leaning into where things are going. So to be able to say in this environment that a specific line of business is up almost 40% in direct revenue to our agents is pretty impressive. So thank you for everything you guys do.
It's my pleasure, and it's job security, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all job security, right?
It's all about.
Yeah. So great. Yeah, great job. Things continue to change, and it's so fascinating about this. Really is the age of collaboration and cooperation, right? Who are you collaborating with for the future?
Right.
The days of kind of being an island are just over.
Don't rule anything out.
Yeah, don't rule anything out. There's more, and there's definitely more change to come. Like you can just smell it on the horizon. You can just see it. Right?
Yeah.
So I think the coming months, in the next couple of years, as the housing industry kind of reformats itself, and of course the relocation industry, right, in our various relationships are part of that. And you're going to see a lot more change. I think that Amazon relationship really is really could be really fascinating about how that develops. And the understanding that the real estate industry, how we impact the homeowner, and that, you know, from Amazon's perspective, that, you know, this is the way for the agents to have a value added by being able to provide a service package, right? When you buy a new home, you always need stuff. So you get credits at Amazon for stuff, right? But at the same time, so we're delivering a value added, and at the same time, then Amazon gets to deepen their relationship with the consumer. So it's really a symbiotic relationship.
Exactly. It's a total package.
Total package.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Great. Well, don't forget to send in questions on the chat feature. Just a couple other things here real quick. So you saw a number of emails on the Spark program. And the Spark program is something that Better Homes and Gardens and Realty have been working on. And it's a benefits package, basically, for independent contractors. And, you know, one of the great things about our industry is the freedom and the opportunity that we have to you know, create you know, business opportunities for ourselves. The disadvantage to that is that as independent contractors, that we've been shut out of certain benefits, healthcare being one of them. And I think this is a huge advancement with the Spark program into being able to normalize an environment where that you can get benefits. And, you know, for me, I've always looked at trying to structure environments for our agents where that it's a little bit more like a stock brokerage or a law firm, where you come in every day and you have everything you need to be able to perform your job professionally and efficiently. And you're not wanting or looking for anything. Like, you know, my goal is always to not have someone say, "Gee whiz, I wish we had this," right? Or not have, or say, I wouldn't mind using that, but I don't want to have to pay for it, right? And but missing in that environment, though, because of the regulatory climate, has been healthcare benefits. And so, just as a quick summary, I won't go into it in great detail, but this Spark program, you've got healthcare plans, dental plans, vision, disability, retirement, cybersecurity, and then you got a whole bunch of discounted products and services and all that. But, you know, these are the types of things that people are looking for. And what I would encourage you to do is don't look at it and say, well, I don't need that now, because this isn't about now. This is about the time when you think you need it, right? Or the time when you're going to need it and you don't have it. And so I would really encourage you to look into this. The enrollment period is through December 15th. And I wouldn't let this opportunity pass you by without at least exploring what it is. There are you click on the link and you can connect with a customer service person, and then they'll customize a plan for you. But I think this fills a huge void for what this industry is missing, which is the ability to efficiently and effectively get healthcare benefits. I mean, how long have we been in the industry and that's been an issue?
Yeah.
So in any event, so the Spark program it's going to be in the communication that goes out with this video, and it was in yesterday's flash as well. So I encourage you to just, if you need healthcare benefits or retirement or disability, just, you know, spend a minute and go online and just see what it's about. Lastly, one-in-one. So we have 227 people in the one-in-one program. I'm on a lot of different CRM platforms, I guess, for everybody. So I'm getting a lot of emails. So I know people are using it. And congratulations to all of you that are using it. It's a real investment in your future. And it'll be a great start for 2020 for everybody. So how are we doing for chats?
No questions.
No questions? Must be the pre-Thanksgiving lull. So, all right. Well, that's it from here. Anything you'd like to add?
I don't think so. Just send your outgoing referrals. We're here to help with them. Put them in good hands.
Yeah. Well, it's all part of a full-service platform.
That's right.
For the customer. So I hope everybody has a happy and safe Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on the other side. Take care. You're all amazing.